Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Wednesday, March 22nd. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Coming up on today's show, we are talking about preventative care for your teeth with the CEO of Delta Dental of Tennessee. He has some great information and tips both for you and your family. I really do hope you get something from it this morning. After that, we are heading to Goodlettsville, Tennessee to learn about their community-built playground that will get underway in a few weeks. Some fun information there. If you're in a community that's looking to do a community-built playground, this might be the interview that I did just for you. And then we round out today's show with a Workout Wednesday segment that takes us to Total Fitness Kickboxing in Murfreesboro. Let me tell you, it looked like a fun class, and I will take you there a little bit later in the show. But first, let's get a check of our headlines. What you see on your screen now is the result of a vandalism incident in a men's bathroom at Veterans Park in Hendersonville. This happened March 14th. If you have any information, please call Hendersonville Police. Read more on the ongoing efforts to keep the park safe by going to hendersonvillestandard.com. And in a 26-6 vote, Governor Bill Lee's $3.3 billion plan to authorize privately managed toll option lanes passed the Senate on Monday. This is also a plan to make way for more investments in Tennessee roads. This bill is not without some controversy. Read more on those opposing the bill and what's in consideration by going to mainstreetnashville.com. And then in a few months, Nashville will host a 3-day citywide event that will put focus on the artist community. Artville is the name of the inaugural event, slated for September 29th through October 1st. Artists and enthusiasts and anyone interested in Artville can visit mainstreetnashville.com for all the details. It was a wet commute for many of us this morning. I wonder what's in store for us later on today. We get the answer from Tennessee Valley Weather.
Happy Hump Day to you. Ben Luna here with you in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Hoping you're having a great Wednesday as you check out this forecast update. All right, for many of you across the mid-state region, starting off a little bit on the soggy side today. Showers across the region, but the good news won't last forever. Here's a look at satellite and radar backing up into yesterday. That rainfall continues to pull across the region this morning, but again, we're looking for things to improve as we head through the morning hours. Here's Futurecast for you. Notice things are getting past I-65 pretty much by the midday today, with only just a few little smidgen showers left over. That's going to get out of here too as we head into this evening, and your Wednesday night should actually look pretty good under a partly cloudy sky. And then for tomorrow, we're going to continue on a brief trend of dry weather, seeing a mix of clouds and sunshine, and that's going to help temperatures to jump high. Many of you across the area will see highs well in the 70s for tomorrow. Now, the good news is that the bad news, it's not going to last forever. Here's a look at what we're tracking as we head toward Friday. Strong to even severe thunderstorms will be possible across the mid-state region down through parts of Mississippi and Alabama. Still a few things to iron out with the system. So stay weather aware, follow your favorite weather source, hopefully Tennessee Valley Weather, and we'll continue to keep you updated as we get closer into this event. Just stay weather aware Friday and into early Saturday. Here's a check on your 7-day forecast, fresh from the Tennessee Valley Weather Team. And again, showers ending as we head through about lunchtime today. Things looking good this evening through tomorrow. Stay weather aware Friday into early Saturday. Saturday afternoon is our break. Sunday morning will start dry, but then we've got another storm system that's going to truck through the area, providing another storm chance here to close the weekend. Temperatures staying fairly consistent with highs in the 70s, at least through the first of next week. Stay with us. We'll continue to keep you updated. Here's a final check on your forecast. Make it a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.
We are carrying on a dental topic this morning. We're talking preventative care. Dr. Phil Wenk is back with us. So happy again to have him again this morning. He's the CEO of Delta Dental of Tennessee. Dr. Wenk, thanks for coming back.
It's always a pleasure. Great to see you.
Good to see you too. So importance of a routine of preventative care. What does that mean?
Well, it means the same thing that you would think about with your doctor, your physician. The difference is that with dental injuries or dental situations, very few of them come on very fast. In other words, you don't wake up one day and go, I didn't have a cavity there yesterday, but it's there today. These things take a little while to get there. So in most cases, what we recommend is two visits a year for preventative treatments. So what does preventative treatment typically consist of? Well, the first thing it typically consists of, depending on age, is an exam. So that's where you go through and check and make sure nothing's changed or nothing's loose or nothing's causing any problems. And even worse than that, especially in adults, are there any oral lesions? And the reason I brought that one up is oral cancer is one of the most prevalent cancers in America. And so we want to always make sure the dentist is checking carefully for that. So when we get into the children's side, the whole idea about preventative treatment with them is if they're maintaining good oral hygiene, they're doing the things they should do, and the parents are doing a good job of monitoring those. Really what you're doing is you're going through making sure no changes that. But then the other thing is, and this would seem non-preventative, but it's very important. If you're in what they call a transitional thing, so you got some baby teeth and you're starting to get some adult teeth, and you got a few coming, that's a good time for the dentist to see if there's going to be a problem with crowding, with your teeth erupting properly. Are they going to be in the right place? So preventative is not just preventing diseases, it's also preventing a situation from developing that's going to be very expensive to fix a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road. And a lot of orthodontic situations that are going to have to be addressed, you can begin to diagnose that at about 8 years old. So there's a lot of things involved in that. So what do? They're typically, most of us know what it is. It's going to have an exam. There's routines about having radiographs or x-rays. Those are done to make sure in young people that the teeth are lined up. It's not uncommon, by the way, to know that there are teeth that are so crowded that they can't even come in. So those are things that x-rays will pick up early. So with preventative, you're not only preventing decay. With adults, you're preventing decay and gum disease. And the third one is, in the young people, you're preventing eruption or unfortunate eruption that goes in the wrong place or isn't occurring at all. So there's a lot of things that roll into that. The treatment is pretty straightforward, but it's something that can surprise you in 6 months what can change.
So you said we need to visit the dentist at least twice a year. And I hate that I'm going to admit this to you. I'm guilty. There was a couple of times I was like, you know what? I'll put it off. I'll just go the next time around. Why is it important for us to keep that appointment, or could it be bad if we skip it?
Well, we talked about it, decay and gum disease. They don't happen overnight, but they can begin to happen easily in a year. Okay. And so what you just said to yourself was, it's okay, I don't have to worry about it. And in most cases, Stephanie, you really don't. An adult who's got good oral hygiene and that sort of thing. Now, I didn't come on here to say, don't get your teeth checked and don't get your teeth cleaned. So let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
What I am trying to point out is, in most cases, you're going to be fine, in most cases. But the problem is, the longer you go, the more it becomes less and less opportune for you to continue to be safe and healthy and that sort of thing, and more for problems to arise. And then in adults, one of the big things with adults is gum disease. And more adults will lose teeth in America from gum disease than will from decay. And that's when real problems arise, because when that happens, most of the teeth don't only just have to be removed, some of them will even become incredibly painful because you can't chew. They're just wobbling around in the mouth. So those are the kind of things that you want to make sure of. You can keep that from happening with routine evaluations, because the dentist is going to go through and pick at certain places. What they're doing is making sure that bone that holds that tooth in place is stable.
2 more questions for you. One being, as we're doing our preventative care, what about flossing?
You should floss at least once a day if you can. Flossing is one of those things that the more you do it, the better off you are, because bacteria doesn't sit on the top of the tooth. Bacteria forms around the edges of the tooth or in areas where there's not a lot of ways to wash it off. So the smoothest surfaces are less likely to have bacteria stick on it. the reason you get decay in the top of the tooth is not because it's not relatively smooth. It's because it has real deep grooves in it, and the bacteria sticks down in those grooves. So those are things to think about as far as that goes.
Well, last question then, how does our dental care actually impact our overall well-being, our overall health?
Well, let's think about that in two ways. You were making a statement about getting a tooth knocked out and about having teeth in your mouth and what all it means. Okay, let's start with just the obvious, your smile. Without a smile, people have a tendency to become introverted. They have a tendency to be reticent to speak in public. They have a tendency to hold their hand in front of their face. So if I was talking to you like this whole time, you wouldn't have held much value in my discussion. So what happens in that case is the emotional effect of the fact that suddenly you are considered to be lesser of a person. If you lose front teeth, your grade for being a person who's going to get a good job goes down. So those are some things just on the emotional side of that. Then the other side is just eating. You know, the way we take in our nutrients is by chewing food, grinding it up, creating a pulp and swallowing it. So when you think about all of that, just in the process of doing that, if you scarf your food down, you don't swallow properly, you do the things you shouldn't do, first thing is you get choked. Second thing is, more importantly, digestion becomes much harder. So if you eat a lot of red meat, especially a lot of fatty red meat, what you'll find is the body takes a long time to get it passed through. You know, you've had a late night meal and, you know, rushed it. And when you did, sometime that night, you probably didn't feel very good. Well, that's because you didn't get it ready. It didn't get ready to get in. So that's important. And then the other thing you look for is all the other health issues that arise. You know, the opportunity for cancer to become a problem, especially people who smoke, people who use dipping, chewing tobacco, that sort of thing. Those are all vaping. Those are all people who will be far more prevalent to get oral cancers. As I think told you, it is the most prevalent, one of the most prevalent cancers in America in everybody. So it's very common to have that. And then the other thing you look for is gum disease. So these are all interior to the mouth. Then the other thing you can begin to look for is the gums will take on different hues or colors if other systemic diseases begin to arise. So if you were to have, as an example, leukemia, the gum will have a tendency to turn a little white. Those are the kind of things you look for, because gums aren't supposed to be white. They're supposed to be pink and or pigmented, but they're not supposed to be white. So there's a lot of things you look for that are very simple. The other thing is, because the mouth is full of bacteria, it is the breeding ground for bacteria in your body. And if that's the case, and you have other health issues, it will exacerbate the ones you started with. It'll make diabetes worse. It'll make heart problems worse. They will all become kidney problems. They'll be worse. So that's a frightening thought.
Preventative care is incredibly important. Dr. Phil Wenk, thank you so very much for all of the information you have provided today. You've given us a lot to think about. People out there, go see your dentist.
Thank you.
Anytime. Again, Dr. Phil Wenk, CEO of Delta Dental of Tennessee. All right, stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
Bridgestone Arena.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try. There aren't any cops around.
Didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time. Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. Where you are right now?
Main Street Sports Today strives to bring you the most timely and comprehensive coverage of sports news and more from Middle Tennessee and beyond.
We cover the teams you care about from preps to pros and bring some of the most influential voices in sports to keep you in the know.
Tune into Main Street Sports Today each Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Download the Main Street Media TV app.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. In about a month, work is going to start to build what you see here in this picture. It is going to be a community playground. I am visiting with Sarah Jennings once again. She is the director here at the Delmas Lawn Community Center in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. You guys are working on a pretty big project. Share with us what the community will be taking part in soon.
Yeah, so we are working on a design or a build day for a playground at Brooks Park. We are working with Kaboom and MAPCO, and they are going to come in and they are going to help us, the community, get together and build a playground. Last month we got together with the community and the kids got to actually build their dream playground. They designed it. The parents got to give input, and from there our playground manufacturer went in and they designed a playground based on the input that they had, and we have a playground now and we're ready to get going on April 27th.
That's amazing, and that's really not that far from now, so about a month away. Mm-hmm. What did you hear from the kids and parents when they were given the opportunity to build what they wanted or to design what they wanted?
Monkey bars. That was the biggest trend. Monkey bars and swings. The kids said, "Hey, we want monkey bars, and we want to have swings, and we want lots of swings."
Oh, I love that so much. And where will this be located?
It will be at Brooks Park, which if you're in Goodlettsville, you're familiar with Goodlettsville. It's behind Publix.
Okay, behind Publix. Yep. And what community will that serve? I mean, I'm all of Goodlettsville, but how many, I guess, streets are right there near the park?
There's several hundred streets back there behind the park. So probably over 1,000 families are going to be served from this park. So they'll be able to walk. It'll be in close walking distance to their house. This park also is a connector to another park that we have. It's an undeveloped park, North Creek Park, and we're working with a group right now to do maybe some disc golf at that park. So we have some big things coming in Goodlettsville. Oh,
I'd say that you do. How long will it take, or did the company say it would take to build this?
So we will build the playground and it will be ready to go on April the 27th. Now we have to let the concrete footers dry. So 2 weeks from the day that it is built, it will be ready to play on.
Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. I'm trying to think, like, for the kids, will they be able to build too, or is it?
So the kids they'll be able to take part in the day. They can't actually build the equipment. We'll have adults. You have to be 17 or older to build the equipment.
Okay.
But the children will be able to take part in some different activities that we have for them. There'll be some things that they can paint and some side projects that they can build as well.
How hard is it to get something like this going for other people maybe watching this? If you're in another community and you're like, you know what, we have an area, we'd like to put up a park, we'd like the community to do this. What are the steps that you have to take?
To tell you our process, about 2 years ago we applied for a grant through Kaboom and went through the interview process with them. They ended up selecting another community at that time, but they reached out to us and said, hey, we still had your application on file, and we have a funder who's looking for Middle Tennessee area, specifically North Nashville area. So how can we get them involved? And that's how we got the ball rolling. And so we've been fortunate enough to work with MAPCO and Kaboom on this big build day. They have over 200 volunteers that are going to be coming to this, plus amazing. The community. So it's going to be a great day in Goodlettsville.
Oh, I'd say that it is. How can we keep a track of what's happening here in Goodlettsville?
Yeah, if you go to goodlettsvilleparks.com, you'll see everything that we have going on. If you want to follow us on Facebook as well, we've got a good Facebook following, and we try to keep everybody up to date on what's happening.
Sarah, thank you so much. Again, Sarah Jennings, the director here at Delmas Lawn Community Center in Goodlettsville. I appreciate you so much. Appreciate your time. Stick with us. We have more coming up on Mornings on Main Street after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Here at Dixon Medical Associates, Associates, we've got you covered from neck to toe. Our orthopedics team offers services in sports medicine, foot and ankle reconstruction, spinal surgery, and more. We also have in-house imaging and physical therapy. Dixon Medical Associates, we specialize in what moves you.
Welcome back. Being a Wednesday, we have a Wednesday workout segment for you this morning. It takes us to Murfreesboro, Tennessee for Total Fitness Kickboxing. And let me tell you, it looks like a butt-kicking class. Here's more from Peyton Strong.
Total Fitness Kickboxing, we offer fitness classes for everybody, all ages, all fitness levels. Anybody can get started. First of all, a big warm high five at the door. Definitely, we try to make sure that everybody feels comfortable coming in. I know it's not an easy task to start a new fitness journey or to begin somewhere new in your fitness journey. So we definitely try to make sure that the environment is very warm and welcoming. When you come in, we're going to teach you the moves. I've got gloves for you to use. And basically the only thing you need to worry about is wearing gym clothes and bringing some water. And then we'll teach you how to punch, how to kick. And then the instructor will actually lead you through the class. So you're at no point are you going to be like, what the heck is going on? Like, you just watch the instructor, go through the motions. If you do get lost, you just like look up at your instructor like they're crazy. And then they usually come by and check you out and say, hey, what's going on, and help you through the next motion. So we do incorporate full body workouts. So we do have punching and kicking, obviously. That's going to really work your shoulders and your arms and your traps and even part of your back. But we also do have like push-ups and crunches and sit-ups, and we do lots of squats. Every day is leg day. We really get to it. So we'll do like wall sits and bootstrappers and calf raises. We've got everything. So in really no class is the same. So you're going to be able to mix and match everything. The instructor kind of will do something entirely different. Even if it's the same instructor on the same day, the two classes aren't going to be the same. A lot of times what we'll hear is that people are really excited to get started with something new because this isn't like any other workout. We're seeing that people are super excited and they're having a lot of fun. That's the biggest thing. There's two parts to success. The first part is commitment, and the second part is consistency. So we try to keep it as easy enough to get started as we can. Everybody gets a free class. I did have a lady, she's actually 70 years old. She just came in probably the start of last week, and yesterday she was reaching for her toes, and she said, last Monday I couldn't touch my toes, and she's there just grabbing her toes. So in a week she's already seeing different physical results. So we definitely do get results, and people have a lot of fun doing it. I would say, like I said, you definitely want to find something that's fun. Unless you're going to be a bodybuilder or you want to do something like very specific. Oh, you know what? I want to run a marathon. Okay, well then you need to run, right? If you have like a really specific goal in mind, I want to be able to accomplish. I want to climb a mountain. You probably should go climb some mountains. But if you're looking for like a general fitness, I just want to stay in a healthy body, and I want to take care of myself, then find something that's going to be fun for you and still get moving. Our community has been growing for a while now, and we're starting to really kind of get to know our members. Our trainers are really a lot of fun to be around. A lot of our members are a lot of fun to be around, and don't be afraid to dive into wherever you go. Don't be afraid to dive into that community. I would love for you to come in and just watch it happen. It is such a blast. Everybody's laughing, everybody's smiling, and then at the end of class, everybody's sweating, but they're still smiling, and they feel better than they did before. We like to say that we've been keeping people out of jail since 2018, just with a little extra help, and we punch bags, not people. So don't be afraid to get in here and get started and try something new that's a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Peyton, thank you so much for sharing with me the workout that you have at Total Fitness Kickboxing. Again, for anyone interested, you can head over to their website or their social media sites. Stick with us. We have a little bit more coming up for you this morning.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Hi, I'm Stefanie Miller from Mornings on Main Street. Join us March 23rd at Bridgestone Arena with the Nashville Predators for Main Street Media Night. I know Devin O'Day will be here.
You know I will be, Stephanie. Plus, you can register for a Predators prize pack. They were going to call it the Hockey Hootenanny, but they changed. So it's going to have 4 tickets and food vouchers. You got to register to win.
We're looking forward to seeing all of our Main Street Sports Today fans, right, Chris?
Absolutely, we are. And we could not do this without, of course, our owner, Dave Gould, and our friends here at Smashville.
Speaking of,
where is Dave?
We will see you March 23rd for Main Street Media Night. Let's go, Prince!
Do I have the wrong night?
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't learn and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
At Miss Lucille's, we go for apple pie. A place that feels like a home away from home. A comfortable place to bring your family from out of town. It's a place where great conversations are had. It's a place where you can shop 200 small businesses in one location. It's a place for you to shop for gifts for any occasion or just to treat yourself. Come on down to Miss Lucille's. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back. We said we had a little bit more, but that is my request for you to send in your birthdays and anniversaries to us here at Mornings on Main Street. Send in your name and where you're from to the email that you see on your screen. That is smiller@mainstreetmediatn.com. We would love to recognize you on your special day. Also use that same email to send any events or cool things happening in your community. We are making our way around and would love to highlight all things happening where you are. Again, thanks for joining us this morning on Mornings on Main Street, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at